Hello!
Oh, hello!
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 Well, hello, chap.
That scare you?
You're getting me worried, yeah.
Yeah, we were sitting and talking, having a beer, relaxing, that kind of stuff, just kind of catching it. It's my brother. I don't get to see him very often.
Okay.
So he and his girlfriend took me out to dinner.
Okay, well, it's live. We're in the pre-show, so we're just
Sweet.
hanging out, chatting shit.
Hello out there. They can't hear me anyway, can they?
Yo, yeah, they can.
Ordocast, right?
Yep.
Hitbox.tv. Okay, Ordocast.
Okay, I've hit the group me channel. If you could,
I'll get the forums.
I think I've already done the shout box on the forum. But if you could do the other group me ones, because I've only done the Ordocast group me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that one.
Let's see. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Oh, and I guess I better do their Twitter as well. See,
Don't
TweetDeck.
you got TweetDeck, don't you?
Yes, so I'm just about to hit it up now.
Okay.
There we go. So that's TweetDeck hit.
Cool.
There, I threw in the URLs too.
Okay, cool.
So hello, everyone out there watching.
Yes, hello. Hello there.
Hello.
there.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Tip tip talio. Oh, it's a hello.
Hip hip cheerio and all that.
Yes, all that good jazz. Okay, I don't actually need that hitbox window open anymore because I've got that one.
Giggity.
And I'm going to use it to cover your ugly mug because I don't need to see it.
Let me just go turn the light on here real quick.
No, we can see you well enough, unfortunately. Aha, I knew I had a bottle of water around here somewhere.
What's up, Kavi? What's with the shifty eyeballs?
Bam, 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 bam. Okay, do you have your show notes?
Pulling them up right now.
Okay, there's an addition in there from Deadman as well for Wildstar.
Okay.
This should work out quite nicely. Because with the hitbox recording, because I'm not going to be editing it, I can push it straight to the forum.
Okay.
So the post is there all ready to go. It's done. All I need to do now is add the video once it's finished and boom, that's it. It's live. Isn't technology wonderful?
Sometimes. Okay, so there's the other one. We're on 12, right?
We very much are, yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's get some of this going. Let's see. Webcam Kisho. See, there's webcam Kisho.
There it is.
Webcam Esfa.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Get Ordo, make it a thing.
Alright.
Okay, I can remove that one. Yes, I want to remove that image. I want to remove that one. And I want to remove that one.
Yeah, the only reason I'm wearing a hat, Kavi, is because my hair... I hate to say this, I sound like such a fucking girl. I'm having a bad hair day.
No, the reason why he's wearing the hat is because he's a sport little bitch who likes the Green Bay Packers.
That's not a Packers hat.
It looks like it. That G on it.
Dude?
That G on it looks like the Packers.
No, it's Georgia State.
It looks a lot like the Packers symbol to me.
No, it's not. It's Georgia State University.
Uh-huh.
Or University of Georgia.
Uh-huh. Tell me that does not look like the goddamn Packers G.
It probably does, but see, the thing is, though, the Packers are green and yellow. Apparently, they can hear me. They can hardly hear me.
Probably because of the music, because it runs on the desktop audio.
Okay.
Okay, I can soon sort that out. Let's drop that down a bit, and... Okay, you should be able to hear him as clearly as you do me. If he says something.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's coming through clear enough.
Can everybody hear me now?
Unfortunately, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, back at you.
Now apparently I'm loud.
It's no pleasing some people.
Oh, Kavi turned me up so she could hear me. Now we're blasting her eardrums.
Ordocast just went live on Hitbox. Yes, thank you, phone. Although you're a little bit late. Stupid thing. Ba-da-da. I'm actually really pleased with the way this has come along now.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Visuals fantastic.
Pat yourself on the back a little harder, and you're going to dislocate your shoulder.
No guests today, Mission. Today it's just me and, well, that.
Yeah. Are we doing a full 3-hour show tonight?
Well, some people wanted it stretched to 4 because they wanted to see us do a TOR operation as well.
Oh, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, no, screw that. No, not
They just want to
happening.
see it.
Ain't happening.
Dude, are you kidding? We fucking killed Malgus in like an hour.
Oh, Malgus is a little bitch.
Well,
The only reason why I took it out is because we kept going BRB.
well, that's true.
Okay, let me see here. Put this... Actually, if I put this one over here, I can put my show notes there. I'll be able to see them better. Because I really don't want to go hunting down my glasses. Okay, where did I put the group me stuff? Oh, right there. Did we post it into the WildStar one?
I don't have access to it.
Okay, I'll do that now then. There it is, WildStar.
Bam, 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 bam. Da, 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 da.
There we go. Posted. See, Ordocast live. There we go. Well, you know, it's all about that auto professionalism.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, actually, I think I might have to have it up the other way around because so much white on that screen, it's making me look bleached. So what I'll do, I'll switch these windows around.
Hopefully, I'll have a new
That's better.
setup. I should hopefully have a new setup for next week. No more headset. Well, at least not this one. My brother's gonna get me a blue snowball mic with a stand and a pop filter.
Why a snowball though? It's just overpriced crap.
Well, the one he's getting is not that bad. He can get the mic, the pop filter, and the stand for $85.
Oh, that's not too bad then, I guess.
It's not like it used to be. And then this one, you don't need a preamp or anything like that with. It's USB, so it's plug and play.
Yeah.
So it's not it.
I've been looking at a proper boom mic as well. You know, like a proper boom mic on with an anti-rattle cage and all that stuff.
It looks like you may have a question somewhere, but I don't know where it's coming from. It just popped up in GroupMe.
Right, okay.
And my image is like 3/4 of the box.
Oh, hang on. I think it's because I'm doing it on Windows. Because I'm doing it on window capture, and I resized your Skype window. Hang on.
Ah, okay.
Because it means I can resize you on the go as need be.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people in here today. Hi, Memesy. Thinking you can hide over there.
Why am I?
Three minutes.
Okay. Okay, I think we is good to go.
Two-minute warning.
Okay, There's the group me one. Okay, so yeah, got that. Okay, do we have all our links preloaded and whatnot?
Yeah, I don't have any links this week.
No, I mean the links for the different bits and pieces in the show notes.
Oh yeah. I've got all those loaded and ready to go.
Okay, awesome.
I'll go back and double check and make sure that I've got them in the right order.
It should start Dirty Bombs, then we're going to Guild Wars 2, TOR, Wildstar, then we go into our gaming news, then we've got your section, then entertainment news, then platform news.
Okay.
And the random YouTube video.
Gotcha.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Just gonna futz around with the webcam so it doesn't blink out midway through. He's got his own section, all to himself now, Mission. His own little section to rant in.
I don't know why you guys like the rant so freaking much.
And it's even called Keyshow Talks.
Do you know what really grinds my
gears?
All right, I've got it's 1900 by my clock.
It certainly is. I'm just futzing around with the cam quickly.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't blink out. Hey Odin, good to see you. Oh, got a grand total of 10. 7 registered and 3 guests.
Okay, so what we got here? Was it Dirty Bomb? Yes.
It's okay if we go a minute or two over the start. We usually do anyway.
Yeah. It's Star Citizen, PvP, for Guild Wars, Daredevil.
Yeah, don't give it all away. Okay, I think I might have... No, wait, no, I've broken it. That auto-professionalism's rearing its ugly head again. Yeah, hashtag auto-professionalism.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my god, I don't need 5 emails to tell me that the channel's live. Oh my god.
I guess I just want to make sure you know your shit's running.
I know, right? But still.
What the fuck? Here we go.
There is a limit to these things.
That's what she said.
I'm not even going to say what I was going to say next because you'll just say that again. I've learned.
Yeah, well, Kavi's learned too. There's not a whole lot you can say that I can't turn into a dirty joke somehow.
Yeah, true.
Or a song lyric.
Okay, I think it's fixed. Yay! Awesome. So, are we ready, do you think?
Yeah, we can kick it off, I think. I've almost got everything loaded. There's a couple on here that I missed.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, let's get it started.
Okay. Got one more I got to do, I think. Yeah. Okay. That everything? Yep, that's everything. Okay.
Yep, let's rock.
All right, we're going to kick it off in 3, 2, 1. Come one, come all to the single most exciting non-content patch in gaming. Why non-content? Have you ever listened to me for more than 5 minutes? If you haven't, consider yourself lucky. If you have, the only thing you can do is stick wax on cotton, put it in your ears, and hope to God your ship crashes on the rocks. Ordocast, the only place on the grid where Skynet and Mercury look at the new Cortana system at Microsoft and go, holy fuck, I can't even fix that shit.
Welcome to the Ordocast, everyone. This is episode 12, Glitch in the Holomatrix. And look how awesome it is. All brand new shiny graphics.
Yes, those are some freaking epic graphics.
Aren't they just? Definitely come out better than I thought. And speaking of new graphics, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the future of the Ordocast. Some of the things we're going to be doing, some new sections we're introducing, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So, as you can see, what's new? New graphics. Something that's going to be changing every week in our new time slot of 4 p.m. Pacific time every Saturday. From now on, it's now going to be completely weekly. We decided, we talked about it, we worked out we could do it. So the Autocast is now going to be every week on a Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep. Make it easier for you guys out in Europe and on the West Coast.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes it easier for Kishi as well, because it means he doesn't have to get home, spend an hour de-stressing from work and spending 30 minutes catching up on everything.
This is true. This is true. As long as I don't have to, well, I usually work from home from Saturdays. We're cool. We're cool.
Yeah, we're cool. Got a couple of new sections. One of them is going to be the command section. I was hoping to get it in today, but Zoza, who we're going to have to fire, was being a butthead yet again and didn't give me anything. Basically, what command section is going to be anything that the command section of TOR, not TOR, of Ordo rather, feel is newsworthy, getting out to you guys. That's going to feature there. And also, we have another section just for Kishi himself, just for Squishy. Just so he can rant, rave, grumble, moan, whatever he wants. And that's going to be Keyshow Talks, which is actually in this week's episode. So you guys are lucky.
I blame you guys for this. All the oh god, Kish, rant some more stuff is finally
it's finally paid off. But also, news is that sometime in the next week we're going to be streamlining the Auto Guest app because the Google Forms is a little bit
fucked up.
And apparently, I had a message. Someone said they tried filling an app, but it said the app was closed. And so we're going to look at it and we're going to streamline the process a little bit.
Yep.
Also, we're going to be going back to MP3 recordings of the Autocast as of next week because still quite a few people turned around to me and said that they like listening to the Autocast on MP3 on their phone or iPods or whatever as they're going to work or as a time killer or something like that. So we're going to be going back to that as of next week. And we're also going to be looking into the possibility, because I know someone brought this up, that when we do go back to MP3 recordings, we're going to start releasing them as a podcast over iTunes as well.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that's been a pretty popular request here the last couple of weeks.
It has been. The only reason why we haven't done it yet is because we wanted to make sure we've got everything here set up with the visuals, the live streaming, making sure everything goes through as it should do. And now that we have, we can start looking into things like that.
Yep.
So there you go. That's a little peek into what's coming up for the Autocast. Again, no awards this week, unfortunately, because once again, Zozo is a complete butthead and he hasn't done any work on it. And
wait,
I'm also going to blame Kavi on this one. I thought
that was Kavi's job now.
I'm going to blame Kavi on this one anyway, because she should be motivating his ass.
I agree. She is his secretary, after all.
Exactly. So I'm going to blame Kavi for this one.
Wait for the chat to blow up.
Well, thanks to Hitbox, you don't have to wait long. We're waiting for it. We're just waiting for it.
Yep. In the meantime, she may not even be listening. I think she's got Munchkin Butt there with her again this week.
Righto. So, in that case, then we'll move on to the chapter news. And we actually have something from Odin this week, CEO of the auxiliary section of the Ordo Imperialis. And for those that still don't know what the auxiliary section is, all the games that don't have a chapter or aren't big enough for a chapter all fall under auxiliary, which Odin takes care of. And I sent him a nice little message for some information. He's given us some as well, just for the Ordocast. So from Neverwinter, Odin has said that we are more than halfway to finishing the farm for our stronghold, and we have 3 level 70s in the guild, and probably up to 6 in a few days' time.
Sweet.
Which is cool stuff. What else does Odin have for us?
Let's see, from Ox. It looks like, let's see, he says that Dirty Bomb has added private matches and loadout card trading. Gave us a link, and we'll, like always, we'll put the links in the description and all that jazz so you guys can check it out.
Yep.
It's called the Fine Tuning Update for October. Let's see, right now it says it's been nearly 4 months since Dirty Bomb hit open beta. They've released 4 new mercs, adding in, and they've added some new features like private matches and on a variety of servers and that kind of stuff. I hate it when they do this bullshit. They've refreshed their anti-cheat solution.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm just saying the phrasing. It's. We'll save the rant for later.
Yeah, the rant's coming later.
Made countless improvements to balance changes. Like, let's see. Yeah, they made a bunch of balance changes and that kind of stuff. There's a new loadout, loadout trade in beta, or the loadout trade rather is in beta. It looks like they're trading cards with different loadout options on them, so it's going to be kind of like it'd almost be like Magic the Gathering, except that it's got basically what's on the card is what your loadout's going to be, more or less. Awesome. Let's see, what is this? New mercs. Oh yeah, I don't know about. They don't really go into detail about the new mercs. This particular one, Mishan, is about the fine-tuning stuff, about the private matches and the trading cards. I think the new mercs have come out in the last couple of updates, so that's why. There you go. Odin just explained it better.
Yeah,
so I don't play Dirty Bomb, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. So I'm just kind of going off what Odin gave us.
Yeah, the man that gave us the info is here right now, so feel free to ask him. Do you know? Actually, I think we need to get Odin on one of these.
I agree.
I think we need to get Odin on one of these one time.
Hey, Asmodina.
Let's see. Also from Auxiliary, Payday. Trying to find time to get people together to do the missions we haven't yet done. So he didn't mention whether that was Payday or Payday 2. So Odin, you'll have to tell us now which one it is. But anyone in Ordo, if you have Payday,
it's Payday 2.
Payday 2, awesome. Mm-hmm. In that case, then, if you have Payday 2, get in contact with Odin and get some content going.
Okay. Star Citizen, there's an update out from them. Apparently, the shooter module is mostly done. It looks like they're just working on the netcode to make sure that it's suitable for playtesting. Thank God. I wish more online systems would do that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did that as well.
Yes.
Netcode is everything, you guys. Silly. And let's see, the last thing from Auxiliary is for Final Fantasy. And they have 3 airships for the Free Company. For those that didn't know, Free Companies are what we call guilds in Final Fantasy. And one is max rank of 50.
Sweet.
So
congrats, guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's all from Auxiliary this week. Next week I will be whacking Odin again for more information, so expect a message from me sometime in the week, Odin. Let's see, so now we move on to Guild Wars 2.
Yep.
So what have we got?
Looks like there's been some changes to the PvP content, and there's a new Daredevil update. So we'll start off on the PvP first, because apparently there's a lot of people that are interested in that. Apparently there's been some changes to the PvP reward track for Heart of Thorns. Let's see what's been going on with it here. Okay, here we go. Here's the reward tracks. Miss Champion reward tracks. It says me and my mini MC. Let's see. So they've got to introduce the Stronghold and other releases. A new PvP game mode where you can hire troops and help storm your enemy stronghold and all that stuff. They also introduced Miss Champions, who are allies to help you defeat bad guys and that kind of stuff. Now there's a new Miss Rewards Champion track. So to unlock the reward track, you got to just open up the Miss Champions tab in PvP build panel, right click on the champion that you want, and then it's just like obtaining items and anything else in PvP. The Miss Champions are going to require a small global fee, but they don't say how much. Grimsvard's reward track will be available for unlock by everybody, so it's not just going to be the Norn. Nika and all future Miss Champion reward tracks will require the Heart of Thorns expansion. Tarai is going to be available for immediate use by everybody and won't have an associated reward track, unfortunately. So there's all that stuff, and then there's let's see, there's a new dragon. Apparently, there's a bunch of different stuff going on, like Shards of Glory and Black Lion's chest changes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like usual, we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, it's all going in there.
Yep. And then we've got a new Daredevil based, or let's see. So here's a list of proposed dates for the Daredevil based on BW3. So, let's see, they're going to have reduced channel time for Vigor from 2.25 to 0.75. Holy shit, that's going to be okay. Wow, they really reduced the channel time. Okay. Vault, they fixed an issue that's going to that caused it not to travel its full distance. Fist Flurry has reduced its cast time by 20%. The final strike apparently occurs just prior to 1 second. Evasive Empowerment, Impaling Lotus, Bounding Dodger, Lotus Training, and Unhindered Combat are all different things that they've all basically had some pretty serious changes to it. So if that's anything you guys need, you want to take a look at that.
It's all linked in.
Yep. I have no idea what the Dare. I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in probably a year and a half, Michonne, so I really don't know. This is just stuff that we've come across, and basically all the games that we play, we just go through and update what we've got.
Yeah.
So I don't. And a lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff they're talking about in here anyway, I don't use because of the type of characters that I play. So I really don't have a whole lot of information on it. Oh yeah, no. This is Guild Wars 2. It's the BWE3 Daredevil update. So I guess I think it's an expansion or something, or part of the expansion is called Daredevil. So that's why they called it that. I don't know. I really don't. I wish I did. I need to get back into playing it more, but I don't have the time anymore. And apparently there's been a lot of the stuff that you guys are seeing in here is coming from the community, because Carl is thanking everybody for the constructive feedback, and it's really helped him out. So that's all I've got for that.
Okay, we've actually got some PlanetSide 2 news as well this week, which is rare and, yeah, very rare. So what have we got?
Got a couple. Let's see. For PlanetSide, for PS2, let's see. It looks like there's a sale going on PlanetSide 2. The Daybreak Halloween promotion. So $25 Daybreak Cash Card giveaway.
Well, that we're talking about later. Don't jump the gun. See, professionalism. I give him the links direct to posts, and he doesn't use them.
I do that. I pulled them right out of there.
Well, you couldn't have done, because otherwise you'd know we're talking about Nanites of the Living Dead.
Oh.
I
put them in the wrong order. You have one out of order, and I get shit for it. Yeah, Nanites of the Living Dead.
You're fired, Keisho. You're fired.
No, I really wouldn't want to pull them out of my butt, because then you guys wouldn't use them.
The imagery.
Okay, so from what this is saying, basically, there's some new stuff going on PlanetSide 2.
Zoza, you're fired. Don't even think about it. Don't even start. You're fired.
What's with that? It's called a bad hair day, not something you would be familiar with. Acti would know.
Oh. Ow.
She's got lots of hair. Okay, so basically, the space pumpkin is a genetically modified fruit. One of the grad students at the accredited Nanotech University Online created. The Wonder Fruit has literally dozens of proven medical and scientific uses that are beneficial for most humans. Unfortunately, due to a recent class action lawsuit, they are currently unable to discuss what these uses are. But boy, oh boy, are they great. And yes, he is. So, it's basically... it's the Halloween stuff for PlanetSide 2. It's just, the goofy stuff that they do in there. So if you guys want to check it out, again, we'll put the links down in the description so you guys can get into it and really, jump into it. You guys will play it. Again, this is one of those games I don't play, so I don't really keep track of it much. But there's a big old link we'll stick in the description.
Yeah. So what you guys need to understand, thankfully now, because we've sort of kind of got our shit together, the post is already there. The forum post is already there. All we've got to do is, when the stream's over, just wait for Hitbox to process the video, and we can just throw it straight in there. We've already got everything figured out. The iframes, everything. So there's no more pushing to YouTube. No more waiting 2 or 3 days for it to go live. It'll be there within like 10 minutes of the stream ending. So when we say the link's in the description, it's already there.
Yep.
Which makes a change.
Now, just out of curiosity, are we streaming to the thread right now?
No.
No, okay. Because I knew that was something we were going to try to do, but I don't know if it worked or not.
That's probably something we'll do next time. And we're going to have to take Carvy's moderator privileges away.
I agree.
He's
fired.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your Nanites of the Living Dead event. Now, I guess we're on to TOR. Yes,
we are. We've got actually quite a lot to talk about when it comes to TOR. And we're going to start off with the core world changes coming with Knights of the Fallen Empire.
Yes.
Basically, there's 3 or 4 major changes to how leveling is going to work from level 1 to 55, 60, and then 65. The most notable thing is what they've done is, right now we've got the 12 experience boost. That's going away 19th or 20th of October. That is gone. Forget it.
Deuces. So long.
Yeah, so if you haven't leveled all the characters you want to by then, well, tough luck. It means you're then going to have to level on the new system. And what the new system is right now, you have your class stories, you have your planetary story, and you have all the filler quests in between, which you pretty much need to do all of them for any decent experience. What they're now doing is, you only now have to do it, so you only have to do your class story and the planet arc. Everything else is referred to as exploration missions. And there's going to be a little button at the top right-hand corner of the world map where you can toggle those on or off. So now you don't have to do all those filler quests. You can just do your class quest and the planetary quest, which should make leveling still a bit quicker. Not by much, but should make it quicker than it is currently if you don't have 12 XP.
Well, it'll be quicker just in the fact you're not doing a bunch of stupid, dumbass, fucking FedEx quests.
Exactly. And I like what they've done with heroic missions as well. Now if you go to the fleet, there's going to be a heroics mission terminal. You click it, it'll show you all the heroic missions you can do from origin planets all the way up to McKeb, it's all going to be on one terminal. So you don't have to go to the planet, find the NPC, pick up the heroic. You can just get them all from one terminal now. And all of them come with a quick travel icon as well.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool.
Yes.
And the best thing, I think the best thing they've done is planetary syncing.
Yes.
This is fantastic. Basically what it is...
They took a note out of STO.
Yeah. This is the best thing. So, let me explain what it is. For instance, say Kishi. He's on German Cast. He's a level 14. He wants some help with the content. I'm on my level 60 Imperial Agent. I can go to German Cast, group up with him, but what it will do is it will scale down my character to the top level of the planet, which is level 18 for DK. So I will be level 18. Whatever he kills, he gets his full amount of experience points for. There's no experience decrease depending on level now. So he'll still get his full experience. Me, I still get experience as if the mobs were level 60. So I don't see any degradation of experience. So we're both getting the full experience. I'm fighting at level 6. I'm actually level 60, so I've got all my abilities up to that level, which I can use. Mm-hmm. But the game will see me as a level 18. The only downside is the loot, because loot's determined by the planet.
Well, now Hezrick brings up a good point. He says one of the things he likes is he likes feeling to walk in there and be OP. Now, if I understand the way this works,
you will still feel OP.
Yeah, I was just gonna say basically the way I understand it works, you can still go to those planets and you're still gonna, if you're not grouped up with somebody, it's not gonna scale you down.
Yes, it will.
So you should be able. It will.
Yeah, if any planet you go to that's a lower level than yours, so even if you're 65 and you go to McKeb, it'll level you down to 55.
Okay. I misread it.
But you still have all your abilities. So if I'm level 65, I've got all my abilities unlocked. I could go to Hutter. It might scale me down to level 14, but I've still got all my abilities to use. So you're still going to be OP no matter what.
Yeah. Now, just so you guys know, if you guys have ever played Star Trek Online, that's exactly how Cryptic does their scaling system. So, like for example, you can be a brand new level 1, and you've got somebody who's maxed out at 80 or 90, whatever the cap is now. They drop down, they match your level. So they have the same. Basically, it's based off the gear in STO, but their health and all that stuff, their health and their shields and all that jazz, is scaled down to that level, but they still hit just as hard, basically for whatever level that they're at.
Yeah.
They still have all their skills, they have all their abilities, they've got all that stuff, but you don't feel like a fucking useless tard. Trying so hard.
Yeah, Hezrick, I get that, but think of it this way. All the time people ask you for help, and you say, oh, well, I'm a level 60, you're only a level 30. If I help you, you're not going to get any experience points. You can go and help them. You still get the experience of whatever level you are, and they still get their full experience. So it's definitely more social in that respect. Because, I mean, you can wander all over the galaxy and not see any degradation on it as far as experience points.
The only thing I wish they would do is also do it in reverse. Kind of like, if you're like when you do PvP, it scales you all the way up to the top.
Yeah, that would be a little bit OP.
Limit it in the number of skills that you have.
That would be a little OP, because then that doesn't stop a level 10 go into a level 65 planet and just leveling there.
Well, no, but again, remember, it scales with you. So even though you're up at 60, you're still only going to get the experience points or whatever level that you're at.
Yeah, but then again,
so
it's pointless. But then it's pointless, because you'll be getting loot gear that you can't use because it is level whatever gear.
It's tied to the planet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, but nobody likes to freaking run KDY till they die.
However, you saying that, though, that actually brings me into the crafting changes.
Okay.
It's actually really cool what they've done. They've basically completely overhauled the system, is what they've done. And with the crafting changes, there's now going to be 8 grades of crafting. So basically, like level 10 to 16 is grade 1. 16 to 24 is grade 2, and so on, so on, so on, all the way up to 55 plus, which is grade 8. Everything you craft will fall into one of those grades. So 0 to 80 is grade 1, 80 to 160 is grade 2, and so on and so on and so on. But this is what I love. I can go in, I can make a character, and I can make, say, a biochem, and take on bioanalysis. Now, bioanalysis, if I wanted to, I could go to, say, McKeb as just a 1 out of 500. I can find a grade 8 resource node, and I can harvest a resource from it. But I might only get 1 or 2 bits of resource because it's a grade 8. So you can farm resources no matter the grade, but you'll see a hell of a lot of degradation in the returns you get. But as a grade 8, I can go back and harvest a grade 1. I might get 200 or 300 resources out of a node. I'll get the max amount that node has as a grade 8 harvesting off a grade 1 node. So that's kind of cool, because even as a brand, because right now the way you do it is you can't harvest something. Say you're under 250 and the node's 250 and above, it says you don't have the skill to harvest this. They've taken that out. You can harvest it no matter what grade, but depending on what grade the resource is will depend on how much you get back out of it. So I think that's actually kind of cool, the way they've done that. Also, there are no green prototype schematics anymore.
What?
Well, it's like now, as you're going through your craft and you learn a green, you reverse engineer it to get a blue, you reverse engineer the blue to get a purple.
Right.
No more greens. They all start as blue. They all start blue quality schematics. They've done it because they feel that because all people do anyway, they get a green schematic and reverse engineer it to use at least the blue before they reverse engineer it into a purple. So it all starts with blues now.
Yeah, they did. They dumbed it down a lot. That's a way of looking at it.
Also, all crafted armor now is going to be adaptive as well.
Cool.
All crafted armor is now going to be adaptive, which I think is fantastic. And with the fact that now there's no main stat, it's all mastery, it means anyone can wear it, unless either it's heavy, medium, or whatever.
Right.
So there's a hell of a lot of information here, actually, and it'll take me about 30 minutes to go through it all and explain all what they've done with crafting materials, augmentation slots, and things like that. But as we're fond of saying, it's all going to be in the link in the post. The only other thing I will say is, as of right now, if you're going to buy augmentation kits, don't buy higher than augmentation kit level 8s, because 9 and 10s are being taken out of the game. If you have 9 or 10s, sell them, basically. Get the money for them, because any augmentation slots of 9 or 10 that you have on your equipment right now will be downgraded to level 8. So you might as well just get level 8 now, so that way you're ready. In fact, I think I might have to start pushing the crafters in both guilds to start making level 8 kits.
Cool.
So, what else do we have? I believe
We got some more good news coming out of TOR.
that we do.
Stuff that we have been screaming about for ages now is finally being fixed. One of my biggest pet peeves and one of the things I've hated the most about the cartel market is the fact that it's a pain in the fucking ass to know where anything is at. If you don't know where it's at, it takes you forever to fucking find it. They are finally going to add a filtering system into the collections tab for the cartel market. Okay? Next, the collections interface is automatically going to start out collapsed instead of completely expanded.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that on the live stream they did, I was like, yes!
Okay? The next part of this for the collections is all the pieces or the number of pieces you have unlocked will be displayed, so you'll know exactly how many pieces you have.
Yeah.
And then you can now purchase unlocks on the character that originally unlocked them. Okay, so there's a lot of good stuff coming up in that. Rarity changes for pack items. Right now they're using rare, super rare, and ultra rare. There's another one of those buzzwords. I'm not going to say it. From here on out, with Knights of the Fallen Empire, the rarities will be changed to bronze, silver, and gold. They're hoping that's going to address any confusion of the rarity of whatever stuff. I don't know what the deal is with rare, super rare, and ultra rare. It makes perfect sense to me. Rare means you might get it. Super rare means there's a chance you might get it, but you might as well go to Vegas and try to win a roulette. And ultra rare means you might as well go spend money on the Powerball every single day of your life, and maybe you might hit something eventually. That's the way I look at it. Let's see. They're saying the reason they're doing it, though, is because right now they're shown with bronze, silver, and gold, so they're going to change the names to reflect that, which is just silly. Let's see. There's some changes to the monthly pack content. From here on out, there are going to be better quality items in each of the packs. There's going to be a guaranteed 2 items per pack. There's going to be a new super pack release, and the new super pack contains 5 packs, allowing another option on purchasing packs in case you want more than one, but there won't be as much as there are in a hyper crate. So you're going to have, the regular one. They're basically making 3 tiers. You're going to have the regular one, you get the super pack, and then the hyper pack or the hyper crate. The hyper crates are not going anywhere. The hyper crates are now going to contain 30 packs, so you get even more chance. So they've increased the number of packs that are inside the hyper crate. Let's see. And now the pack embargoes. Now this is something a lot of you guys have really wanted to get into about when a monthly pack is removed from the cartel from the market, it's unlikely to be returned to the market in that form. However, specific items that are found in that pack are all automatically placed in their corresponding bronze, silver, or gold pack. So, for example, the pack that launches on September 1st is a mount. Let's say for that. On September 1st, you can also get the example mount out of the silver and gold packs. October 1st, the example pack is embargoed from the cartel market. The example mount will remain available in the silver and gold packs from now on. Okay, I'm going to skip over because there's more stuff in there about the gold, silver, and bronze. I'm not going to read all that jazz. Let's see. That's really about it. I mean, there's another half a page worth of stuff in there to read about, but that's really what there is as far as the packs.
There's a lot in there.
There's a lot in there about the cartel market, and I have yet to run into anybody who has a single complaint about those cartel changes. This is shit that they should have fucking done from day one.
Oh, yes. It is.
Okay. Now, this is something that's going to piss some people off, but it's going to make other people happy at the same time. It's probably going to piss off and make those same people happy at the exact same time.
Do you know what? Knowing what it is coming up, because obviously I've got the show notes right in front of me, I can honestly say, I don't give a fuck.
I know you
no,
don't,
of course I
that will.
Of course I do. It's something I've been getting into a lot lately, but still.
Mashan's already making the prediction that Hezrick is going to be pissed. He's going to be all
salty. When I tell you this, you'll sort of understand my point of view on it. It's a good change because of how much new stuff there's going to be to do first. Just keep that in mind when Keisho rants about this.
Okay, I'm not going to rant about this because I don't really care. But I know that there are people in Ordo that really like it, so I'm not going to... Alright, so basically, the conquests are being temporarily deactivated after Fallen Empire hits. So apparently there's been a shitload of problems with people not getting their conquest rewards, so BioWare is going to completely turn them off for a month after the expansion. Basically, here's a letter. It says, "Hey folks, we've read a few threads about issues with conquest rewards not being granted and acknowledged that there is definitely an issue with the system. As a result, Beginning October 20th, we will launch early access to Knights of the Fallen Empire, and we will turn off conquest events for at least the following months. So it's going to be at least 30 days. Once we resolve the issues, we'll let you know when to expect conquest events to return. For those of you who have not received this week's conquest rewards, which this was posted on the 6th, we're reviewing the situation and we'll give you an update soon. As a note, it's likely that over the next few weeks leading up to Fallen Empire, there may be continued issues with conquest rewards being granted. If you choose to participate in conquest between now and 4.0, please be aware that you will not receive your conquest rewards when the conquest ends. There's no need to file a customer service ticket. We will attempt to grant those grant them to those who have earned them in the following weeks. Okay? So, if you guys, I know a lot of you guys out there really like doing conquest and that kind of stuff. From here on out, just know that from between now and the time 4.0 drops, you are not going to get your conquest rewards. So don't go filing a ticket, don't go QQing, don't get all fucking salty because you're not getting your conquest rewards. I'm hoping
it's a good thing the Ordocast isn't PG.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with Hulk. Conquest fucking sucks anyway. I'm just gonna say I hate Conquest. I think it was one of the dumbest things they ever did. It's
a good idea, but it was a good idea, but implemented badly.
Like a lot of things.
Yeah. Much.
So yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna go all ranty on that because I hate Conquest. I think it's the dumbest thing they've ever fucking done. But that's a story for another day.
Let's see. What have we got next? Wildstar, I believe. And as we did for Auxiliary, I actually have a note from the chapter CO. This is straight from Deadman, who said, "We welcome all to the community. We welcome all the community people coming in. That they have now returned to Datascape progression after the changes from free to play, and that if anyone is curious, Mosh Crates streams adventures all the time, and I will be adding Mosh Crates stream URL into the link." Wildstar has gone free to play, and I've got to admit, it's actually a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this earlier when we were goofing around getting everything set up today. It's if you can get into it now. That's the biggest problem I've had lately with MMOs and that kind of stuff. Is I can't get into them. I can't. I don't, for whatever reason, I just can't bury myself in MMOs anymore like I used to. But I know that you've really been enjoying it for the first time in a long time. You actually really enjoyed something other than Star Wars, and I think it's because it's different, and it's kind of unique, and it's weird in a good way.
Well, the way I usually describe it is kind of like World of Warcraft and TOR mixed.
Had a baby.
I love that. The combat system is fantastic. The quest system is confusing.
Needs help.
It's not that it needs help, it's just for me it's confusing because I'm not used to it. It's just so much information so quickly. It's at a point now where I'm stuck on this one place and I've got so many quests, I'm not sure where the hell to start with. I've just been thrown in at the deep end with crafting. I've got no idea what's going on there. I think I'm a cook, make houses and something else, and it's like, where do I go from here? But I'll slowly figure it out. But it really is just so much fun. And the character detail is fantastic. It really is.
Now, Michonne's he says, Wildstar just stole the best from Neverwinter. What Wildstar did was it took the best parts of all the MMOs that are out there right now and put them all together and made it work. And one of the biggest things they did was they made it feel like it. They didn't make it feel linear. World of Warcraft feels very linear. Neverwinter's feels very linear. This, to me, Wildstar feels to me like TOR should have felt. With a great big huge open world that you can go goof around and explore. I mean, it's a little linear, but there's a lot of exploration options, and it encourages you to go explore and figure things out. It doesn't punish you for, at least not too bad,
Yeah.
for stepping outside of your box.
Well, it's like, as I said to you earlier, it's like they've taken the spirit of Star Wars Galaxies, that openness, that vastness, mixing a bit of 2R, mixing World of Warcraft, and just gone, that works. Here, guys, try this. And it works.
Yep.
It just
and the art style's
works.
Cool.
The art style, that's the thing that made me instantly think of World of Warcraft. I looked at that, that's World of Warcraft sort of thing, but
it's got that.
It's not World of Warcraft. Yeah, it's still spells and things like that, but it's done in a very sci-fi, techie, geeky way, which I love.
Yep.
I absolutely adore that.
Yep. It made it fun.
It is just fantastic, I will admit. It is fantastic. Which also reminds me, actually, there was a post that went out recently on WildStar's website saying that there will be a double prestige bonus event from the 15th of October to the 18th, I believe. I have the notes here and I'll read them off to you. It says, put on your game faces, people. It's time to be a player versus other players. Power Prestige and PvP is a limited time bonus event that doubles the rate you earn prestige, which isn't, like it may sound, indicative of your recognition among the local monocle-laden nobility. No, in WildStar, prestige is PvP currency. From October 15th at 2 a.m. Pacific time until 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on October 18th, you will earn prestige twice as fast. You can queue for Battlegrounds starting at level 6 through the content finder, press the N key, or you can start an arena team for practice or ranked matches, which begin at level 30 and 50 retrospectively. You can even take part in the most dangerous game of all, World PvP. Keep in mind that full social leadership options, such as the ability to invite others to social groups like guilds or arena teams, require signature status or reaching the 1,600 cosmic point reward. Be sure to keep your eye on your prestige. It caps at 10,000 points until you spend some. Visit the vendor regularly in Thade for Exiles or Ilium. Ilium. If you're with the Dominion, we giggle because we've been spending a lot of time on Ilum today, so
Yes.
So that's why we giggle. To spend your prestige regularly and wisely, and if you can keep dominating the unlucky chuckleheads that make the mistake of going toe-to-toe with you. See you on the Nexus battlefield. So there you go, guys, in WildStar. Get to PvPing between those dates to earn double prestige. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
I haven't been in PvP yet. To be honest, I'm a bit too much of a chicken. I will admit, I love PvP in TOR. I love PvP in a lot of games, but for some reason I kind of chicken out when it comes to WildStar because I just don't know the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big things you've always done with PvP is you understand how your character works and you understand the mechanics and you know what you got to do with it. And this it's like trying to learn an MMO afterward all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I went into this. I made the point of learning as little, as much as I could about it. Oh shit, Mercury's here. We're fucked. Cortana is that way, and so Skynet.
All hail our.
All hail
Overlord.
Mercury.
Yes, all hail Mercury. Our Silicon Overlord.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We've got to behave now, otherwise Mercury will destroy us.
Yeah.
Mercury. Oh, we're screwed. What do we do? She's infiltrated Hitbox. I know. More news. And we actually got something else for WildStar, which may come across as a little bit controversial.
Yeah, we probably should have put this in my rant section.
Probably, but considering it's not confirmed.
Yeah, I'm not going to rant on this too much, but
yeah, let's wait till it's confirmed, shall we?
Okay. So basically, what's going on? MMO site has an article up, and again, it'll be in the link will be in the description.
Maybe.
There is
how controversial it is.
there is talk and discussion that WildStar may be moved to consoles, specifically PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And from what GameSpot is saying, it quote unquote seems to make a lot of sense. Yeah, I know, Kavi. I know. This is coming from Carbine Studios and Mike Donatelli. But they do say that he didn't outright confirm it, but it may happen. I am not overly thrilled with this, to be honest with you. There are certain MMOs that it would make sense for. Okay, EVE Online tried real hard to make it work, and I don't think it was them that fucked it up. I don't think it was CCCP that did it. I think it was the developers they hired to try to make the ground side of EVE Online that fucked it. Basically, what they were going to do was you're going to have the EVE system. EVE Online was going to be on the PC because that could handle especially the massive battles where 6,000 and 7,000 ships fighting each other at the same time. Console can't handle that. But they were going to have ground combat that was going to be similar to Battlefield 4 and that kind of stuff, first-person shooter. And what was going to happen was there's going to be cross factions, or there's going to be cross between. Basically, what would happen is you'd have the commanders on the field who would request or would place orders to ships or to companies, corporations, who would then make those deliveries to those specific planets. And anybody who was allied with it would have the ability to intercept the transmission or intercept the delivery and shoot it down. So it was a way to try to bring consoles and PCs together. It would have worked, except whoever it was that was developing the ground side fucked it up. I'm going to quote Angry Joe here, they done fucked it up. Now Zoes is saying, let's all jump on a dying bandwagon. I wouldn't say that. I don't think consoles are a dying breed yet. There's still a lot of viability, and that's something we could talk about in a rant later. But there's still a lot of viability for consoles, especially for people that can't afford to go drop $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,400 on a decent gaming rig that's going to last them 5 or 6 years. They can go buy a PlayStation or a Wii U or an Xbox or whatever. That'll last them 5 or 10 years, however long it is between one generation and the next. They can still game with it. They can still get the social aspect out of it. It's just not going to be as good or as pretty or as nice as a PC. We all know that. The only issue I have is, and you can see how this is going with a lot of AAA developers now, where they're trying to push the console angle, and I'm getting off in a rant. I'm going to finish this sentence and I'm going to continue with what we were talking about. They're pushing the console angle because that's one of the reasons why we're seeing a lot of 30 FPS caps on games, is because the developers are creating it for the console market because they think that's going to make them more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a story in and of itself, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But basically, going back to
Save the rant.
Going back to WildStar. Now, I mean, Final Fantasy, that works on the console. It's not bad. I don't know if there's a crossover or not. And that's the biggest thing that sucks about it is a lot of time, because the net code's different and the interface doesn't work between PC and console for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't understand the tech behind it. But that's the thing that sucks. Is you got two people. You got people. Somebody goes and picks up. Oh, Minecraft is a perfect example. You got Minecraft on PC, and you got Minecraft on Xbox. Well, the PC players can't go play with the Xbox guys. It's basically, it's the same game, but the way it talks, it's different servers and all that stuff. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got to say about that.
You sure?
Yes, I'm not going to rant.
You're positive?
Yet.
Look, go and drink the blood of a sacrificial virgin and calm down.
Oh, gross.
I thought that's what you like to do on the weekend. Or do we not talk about the fact that it also involves a little pink flowery dress?
No, the only person I know that drinks the blood of sacrificial virgins is Drac.
Oh, okay. So we'll move on into gaming news now.
Yes.
Yes, gaming news.
I will let you cover these since you understand these two parts. I'll let you cover those.
Okay, basically, Daybreak Game Studios, the guys behind PlanetSide 2, H1Z1, and whatnot, have been rolling out their Halloween events across near enough all their titles by the looks of it. So for anyone that plays DC Universe, H1Z1, EverQuest, EverQuest 2, and Landmark, each one of them are going to be getting something different for Halloween. They got a lot of stuff planned, as they say. For The Witcher now returns to DC Universe October 1st, so 10 days ago, featuring new base items, feats, styles, and a new title. And this in-game event allows you to earn special in-game currency called Spooky Bites or Bits, where you can use in Skeet Boutique for tricks, treats, and creepy items for your base or guild hall. So that's something there for DC Universe players. For those who play H1Z1, there's nothing there yet, or not according to this post, but there will be soon. EverQuest introduced new scary spooky items into the marketplace, including items created by player studio artists. These items will get you in the spirit before the Night of the Dead event, which is their returning annual event where you can check in with special festive merchants in the starting cities and find seasonal heroes' forged armor dropping across the world. EverQuest 2, very similar thing, and the same on Landmark. So get ready to celebrate the trick-or-treats in 2015, and happy Halloween from Daybreak Game Studios. You're trying to hold back a giggle. What's going on?
Just trolling those in chat.
I dare ask.
He and Colby were going back and forth at each other.
Yeah,
and Zoe asked a question.
I've just seen it. I've just seen it. Children. Zozo, Colby, you're fired. I'm putting Keisha in charge. And also, other news from Daybreak Studios is they've got their new cash cards coming out now. As you know, it was Sony Online Entertainment, and I'm sure at some point you've all seen when you've been walking around Best Buy or GameStop or Target, the little station coin cash cards you could get. Well, they've now changed it because obviously they've been rebranded, and they've given them all new artwork, and here they are. Don't they look pretty?
Ooh, don't that pretty.
Very pretty. As you can see, there's one there for DC Universe, H1Z1, PlanetSide 2, and EverQuest 1 and 2. And from what they've said is they're going to be coming up with a number of different designs. So they're also kind of like collector's cards as well. I mean, very expensive collector's cards at $25, but still. And as they say, in November, the cards are scheduled to be available in Target locations across the US. Daybreak Cash is the in-game currency that unlocks thousands of cool items, services, and adventures in your favorite Daybreak games. And we appreciate your patience while we roll out these new cards, and we hope you enjoy them. And they come out in two denominations, $25 and $50. That, I think, I will have to have a ranting section about. I mean, come on, not everyone wants to drop $25 or $50 on in-game cash.
People who buy in-game cash usually do.
Yeah, but you think about it. The average Joe might spend like, $10 or $15 a month for in-game cash. They're spending over that already in just one go. Oh,
I know.
I'm going to stop.
I know.
I'm going to stop
because
I'm going to go into
You got to remember this is for the whales. This is not for us. This is for the whales.
Twitchy. That sort of thing gets me twitchy, really does. Anyway, we've got some Fallout 4 news.
Yes. Now this is something I have been looking forward to.
Oh. Okay, less trolling Zoza, more with the news. We need to get this done.
Okay. So, something we've been waiting for a long, long, long time. I am so fired. Back on the 8th, GameSpot released an article about Bethesda. Bethesda has finally, after tons of prodding and poking and begging and pleading, they have finally released the hardware requirements for Fallout 4.
Zoza, oh, go jump in a hole. No.
Down
Okay, go
in
on.
a hole. Okay, so it's also, and additionally, it's also said you'll require between 28 and 35 gigs of storage space on the Xbox One and the PlayStation to install it on the consoles.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here are the bare minimum requirements for Fallout 4. You can use Windows 7, 8, or 10. It must be a 64-bit OS, so the 32-bit is not going to cut it.
Ooh, that's gonna piss some people off.
Yeah. You're going to need a minimum of an Intel i5 2300 2.8 gigahertz processor or an AMD Phenom 2 X4 945 3.0 gigahertz processor or its equivalent. Lots of people still use 32-bit Windows 7, Zoza. There's still most of the people that run Windows 7 running on 32-bit.
Exactly.
You're going to need a minimum of 8 gigs of RAM. You're going to need a minimum of 30 gig of hard drive space. And you need a minimum, an absolute bare minimum, of an NVIDIA GTX 550 Ti with 2 gigs of onboard RAM. Okay? Or the AMD Radeon HD 7870 with 2 gigs. All right, so that's the bare now that's the bare minimum. Here's what's recommended: Windows 70 or 10 64-bit. We all know that. The Intel Core i7 4790 3.6, or the AMD FX 9594.7 or its equivalent. 8 gigs of RAM,
Oh, I'm
30
covered.
gigs of hard drive space, or the NVIDIA GTX 780 with 3 gigs of onboard, or the AMD Radeon R9 290X with 4 gigs.
I'm definitely covered. That's my
All
card of
right.
choice. I am covered.
Now, here's more news. We have a release date as well. Furthermore, Bethesda has said Fallout 4 will unlock digitally at 12:01 a.m. local time in all territories. In North America, the unlock time will be 12:01 Eastern Time. In Asia, it will be 12 a.m. on Tuesday, November 11th, while Japanese players will be able to begin their adventure at 12 a.m. on Thursday, December 17th. Let's see. Bethesda's also announced that the Pip-Boy edition of the game will also include a perk poster, which you can take a look at below, which is in the Huya. It'll be in the links.
Actually, it's not in the links. However, I will add it in there as we go along with the Ordocast.
Okay. Fallout 4 release date. And this is a date that's very special to me in a lot of ways, and you guys who know me know why. Fallout 4 release date is set for 10 November across PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Bethesda has said it will not talk about the game's story and lead up to launch, so there's not going to be a lot of that stuff going on. So there's not going to be there's not going to be a hype train and all the rest of that jazz where they're trying to hype up the story and all that shit. But Bethesda previously announced it will offer a $30 Fallout 4 Season Pass, which comes with all of the Fallout 4 DLC we will ever do. So you pay the one-time $30 fee. You get all the DLC between now and the end of goddamn time.
And it'll just be everyone's luck. They only have released one big DLC package.
True, but I mean, still, $30 for a decent DLC package is not that bad.
They should all games should be doing that.
I agree, wholeheartedly. I agree.
But hey, that's something for a little later on. So.
A rant later on. Yes. So, yeah, 10th November, is the date for the North American release. So, there you have it, guys. Fallout 4, 10th of November this year. So we've got exactly 30 days from today.
Nah,
Exactly 30 days from today.
I'm too worried about what's going on for 10 days from now, so.
So that's what I've got for that.
Okay, well, I have some news from Team Fortress 2, which I think is the first time it's actually been mentioned on an Ordocast since it came back. Let's see, following up on the UFOs that began appearing in-game last month, Valve have released the Invasion update for Team Fortress 2. The contents of this update are entirely community made, as Valve said this year's Halloween event would be. That includes the excellent short film, which sees UFOs that begin to invade as the game's characters watch a 3D movie. 4 new maps have been added, one of which is a UFO-ified version of 2 Fort. There are also new cosmetics, including a lightsaber-esque, a bat that can be unlocked through new invasion cases, though you'll need to purchase a special key in order to open the case. Getting those cases also first requires you spend some money by purchasing the $2 Invasion Community Update Pass. This entitles you to an Invasion Community Update coin, which tracks your stats during the event and allows you to earn Invasion case drops through the end of the year. All proceeds from purchases on the Update Pass go to community members responsible for the update. All of this is now available in-game, and the Update Pass will remain on sale for the duration of the event, set to run from now through November 5th. You can check out some of the cosmetic items and the Chestburster style emote on Team Fortress 2's website.
Yep.
So that's cool, some TF2 news.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, for you fans out there of Sonic the Hedgehog, a PC port of Sonic Lost World has been announced. With the release date set for November 2nd, here's the info straight from the press release. Originally released for the Wii U in 2013, the PC port of Sonic Lost World will feature full controller support, Steam achievements, cloud save, leaderboard functionality, interchangeable keyboard prompts depending on whether you play with a controller or mouse and keyboard, and widescreen and high resolution implementation. More importantly, though, it will feature the Nightmare DLC, and the whole package will cost just £19.99 or $24.99. Sonic Lost World sees Dr. Eggman harnessing the power of 6 menacing creatures known as the Deadly Six. But when the Deadly Six rise up against their master, Sonic has to unite with his arch-nemesis in order to take on the new enemies head-to-head. It seems that something happening quite a lot with Wii U games lately. A lot of them seem to get ported over to PC. A lot of them. Like one most recent, which I've been playing quite a bit of, and I've also been live streaming, is Zombie. On the Wii U, it was Zombie U. It's actually a good little game, but it seems to be happening a lot with Wii U, so I think Nintendo might actually finally be starting to start their death rattle.
No. More than likely what it is there's a... I think what is going on basically is there's a lot of timed exclusives that are going on. I don't know who owns Sonic. I mean, I know Nintendo owns it, but I think they may be releasing certain IPs to try to drum up business for the new console that's coming out.
That, or because I know the case with Zombie U is a case of that they spent so much money on the game because they expected it to be such a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That it became a complete failure. I think they only got something like a quarter of their projected profits on it.
Yeah.
And so they pull it over to PC, stick it on Steam, and they get all their revenue back in something like 36 hours.
Yeah.
Of it going on there. So it might be that case as well.
More evidence for Zoza and his PC Master Race.
Yes. But then again, Nintendo hasn't really been a console since the N64, let's face it.
I agree.
So, what else do we have?
Okay, so apparently Minecraft...
This is why I set it aside just for you. See, what people don't understand about show notes is I get to set what we do, okay, what we talk about. And it's actually quite funny because it means I get to decide what things Keisho does and what things I do. In fact, I'll actually show you. See here are the show notes. See, this is currently what we're going through, and as you can see, anything marked green is what Keisho talks about, anything marked blue is what I talk about, anything red is usually a discussion between us. So yeah, I get the final say on what he does, and he now hates me for it.
No, we
He is
troll
now
each other.
hating me for it. Oh yeah, and Zoza, look, as you can see, even in the show notes, look, waiting on Zoza. Waiting on Zoza.
Yeah, so even in our show notes, we troll the shit out of Zoza.
Yes. Because it's what we do. It's how we show him our love. I love to hate him anyway.
All right, so yeah, so basically what happens is we do kind of troll each other now and again on the
Yes.
on the show notes. So this time I get a little troll on this one because I mean I do play Minecraft, so I mean there is part of that.
Although, actually, funny enough, I actually logged on to the Auto Minecraft server for the first day yesterday, for the first time.
Cool.
I made myself a nice little hole and blocked it all off so I don't get killed.
Minecraft 101, survive the night. Okay, so Minecraft Adventure Mode is getting a flying cape.
Do you know what? Do you know what, guys? Do me a favor, babysit Keisho so he doesn't get into trouble. I'm just going to do a quick BRB, okay? So make sure he doesn't get into trouble. Oh, and look at that. There you go, moderators. Have fun. You got someone to block. Look at that. There we go.
Speaking of trolls.
Anyway, I'm going to let you guys babysit Keisho, and I will be right back.
All right, so yeah. Anyway, we all know that we've been able to fly in Minecraft with creative mode since it came into existence. Now Mojang has decided that they're going to install a flying cape in the next release. So there's a GIF on the. Hang on, let me see if I can pop the GIF in. Let's see. Pop the GIF in real quick. Yeah. So that's basically it. I mean, there's gonna be a flying cape that you're gonna be able to use. It's gonna negate. It's kind of like the flying wings you get, or the ring wings or the wing ring that you get in some of the mods. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired. That's basically what it is. It's one of the basically it's just going to replace some of the stuff you get in mods. It's actually going to be built into the system. So, I'm okay with it. It's just kind of meh. Let's see here. Now the next one we have is Far Cry has another game coming out. It's called Primal. Let me just pop it up real quick. Let's see. And it's due to come out sometime early in 2016. Let's see. They finally lifted the lid on Far Cry Primal. It's going to be a first-person shooter set in the fucking Stone Age and is scheduled for release in March of 2016. So, yeah. That's really about it. I mean, it looks. I mean, a lot of the graphics looks kind of cool. It does. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have a feeling that they're probably gonna fucking EA-ify it like everything else. And then I've got the only other thing I have is World of Tanks has released something that they're calling Rampage Mode. Let's see. We'll pop that up real quick. So Rampage Mode is World of Tanks 10.0 is due to release the end of this month. It's going to have new maps, full release of a new game mode called Rampage that includes respawning, garage battles, repair spots, and the ability to call in airstrikes. There's going to be 2 flavors. One's going to be called Domination, which is a team mode in which players blow up enemy tanks for victory points, and a free-for-all Steel Hunt. The mode was tested in an event a few months back with update 9.10. Yes, the Paul Mercury will it's actually the Paul, all right, but we'll call it the Paul Mercury because you're just that much cooler, Merc. In case you guys didn't know, Mercury and I actually dated each other for a while because it was cool like that, Silicone Overlord and all that jazz.
That actually explains a lot.
Your camera's not back on, by the way.
Oh, I know, because I'm trying to take my meds right now.
So, once the new patch hits, once the patch hits a new tank, the tier T10. Oh, once the patch hits, there's going to be a new tank. It's going to be a tier 10 T22 that can be unlocked by completing a season of personal battle missions. Other similar add-ons, additions are going to include a new PvE tutorial and a system that adds bonuses to crew skills. And there's a CGI trailer in the link in the description. So that basically covers everything I've got. I think Ezra's got one more thing about Battlefront.
I do.
Which is something that makes me very happy. I think somebody's actually fucking listening for a change.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, take it away, brother.
Okay, basically, Star Wars Battlefront, which uses a 2-tier currency system right now of points which then transfer into credits, which sounds like the sort of thing that inevitably leads to microtransactions normally. This is especially true in a lot of games that credits are used to acquire better gear, which leads into microtransactions. However, in a recent interview with Nicholas Fergras, he turned around and categorically stated that that would not be the case. And he said, the currency system is based on your game performance. The credits that you earn to buy things in the game that are earned. You play the game, complete challenges, and that's how you get credits. And Fairgrass said when pressed that he emphasized that the only way to earn credits is absolutely through playing the game. There will be no microtransactions inside Battlefront itself. Battlefront does not have microtransactions as part of its core design of how it works. This is a progression system-based game, and it's based on your gameplay performance. Not about how much credits you can buy for $10.
Yeah.
So
we'll see how long it lasts. I hate being the pessimist on this, but we'll see how long it lasts. I mean, this is EA we're talking about, and they love sticking microtransactions and everything. I know Battlefield 4 didn't have it. I don't think it did. They may have had a similar system. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we'll have to wait and see. Because I promise you that with the Star Wars license being as expensive as it is, if they don't make the money up front that they think that they're going to make, then I guarantee you there will be microtransactions in there to pad that pocket.
Well, if they don't do microtransactions, they'll have to go back to the old system of doing things where an expansion wasn't given to you free because it had microtransactions. Instead, you'll actually have to pay for expansions again.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I would much rather pay for an expansion than would have to deal with fucking microtransactions.
0 microtransactions, pay for the expansion. Let's go back to the old goddamn days, because then at least it means they have to put in the work to make the expansion worth the money.
I agree. And that leads us right up into our second new section. So
here
apparently,
we go. Kicks back and gets the popcorn. Get your popcorn, everyone. Settle in. This is going to be a long one.
Have been harassing the shit out of Zoza and Ezva here, and have I guess you guys really like my rant, so they have decided to give me my own little section to rant in. So, since that kind of leads us, since we were talking about microtransactions, we're going to lead right into this. Tomb Raider. Yes. Tomb Raider is going to add. They're going to offer 300 game-changing microtransactions in the fucking game.
And do you know what? Just hearing that alone now makes me not want to play it. I
Yes.
loved the reboot of Tomb Raider. I loved the game. I loved the way it felt. I loved the way it played. It was smooth. It was awesome. Great story. But you just saying that alone makes me not want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, you know what really grinds my gears? Yeah. The new Tomb Raider is going to offer 300 game-altering microtransactions. This is according to PC Gamer. Rise of the Tomb Raider still doesn't have a solid release date, but what it does have, goddammit, are fucking microtransactions. They haven't even released they don't even know when they're going to release the freaking game yet, but we already know. Oh, how's that a good idea? I'll tell you exactly how that's a good idea. Let's go back, and I keep bringing this back up, but let's go back and take a look at Evolve. If you guys go back and you do a little research and you take a look back, what you're going to see is when Evolve was coming out, they had day one DLC exclusives for however you were purchasing the game, where you bought it, GameStop, and all that bullshit. They had all that bullshit out before we even saw the first picture of the engine. Before we even knew what the engine was going to look like, they had all that shit out, and they had the microtransactions ready to go. And to make it even worse, well, I think it's PEC. It's the soccer game that Konami puts out. If you take a look at the back of the fucking box, one of the selling points that they give you, one of the big highlights that they give you, is that the game comes with microtransactions. Right on the back where it tells you it's a multiplayer game.
You just carry on. I'm just going to be sitting here reading my book.
It's irritating. It's infuriating. It's frustrating. Now, let's take a look at a newer game. All right, Deus Ex, the new Deus Ex is coming out, and I know this is one of Zoe's favorite games. Is Deus Ex, has been for a long time. The first game was amazing. Zoe and I talked about. That's one of the things that got us hanging out together years ago. Was talking about Deus Ex. Okay, the new one that was coming out. I don't know if you guys kept up with this, but basically what they were doing was a tiered. Basically, what's going on was, in order to open up the next tier, basically it was a pre-sale. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to buy. So many people would have to buy the game. They'd have to pre-order the game, and they would go to the next tier. And then so many more people had, and it would unlock different things as you go along. Basically, what they did is they were going to release the game. They know when they were going to release the game. They were going to release it 4 days early. They were going to release it 4 days early if the final tier reached its goal. They didn't tell you how much each one of the tiers were. Well, they told you how much they were, but they didn't tell you how many people needed to get to each tier. All this stuff, and it was one of those things they would offer you there would be two different things you could choose from. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the phrase was I used. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I've got a link in here from the Jimquisition where he talks about it. The name of it is Enjoy the Silence, Feel the Noise. And he really goes into depth in this. But basically what was going on was, they had all this stuff set up, and they all wanted all these pre-orders, and it finally took all of us that love Deus Ex, all of us, sitting down in one voice, screaming and shouting at the top of our lungs, saying, "Fuck you, we don't want this." And they finally fucking caved and took it down. All the stuff that they have in there that they were holding hostage, all the upgrades and all that shit, they're going to release it day one. It's all going to be available. Now, I don't know if there's going to be odds are there's probably going to be microtransactions in it. I'll almost guarantee you that there are. But this is what happens when we get out of this pre-order culture and we start moving into thinking for ourselves and not hyping on the fucking hype train. You're reading two books at the same time. All right, this shit
You
with
kidding?
Tomb
I've
Raider,
got 6 books on the go right now.
this stuff with Tomb Raider, and I agree. I love Tomb Raider. The new one was amazing. The first one, the reboot, was amazing. They took Lara Croft and they actually gave her some depth. Not a lot of depth. They took her from a one-dimensional character and turned her into a two-dimensional character.
Technically, isn't she 3D?
Technically, yes. But they made, well, no, her avatar is 3D. Her character is only two-dimensional for the most part. But they really did a good job with it. I really appreciated what they did with Lara Croft. And then and now you got the new one coming out, and they're turning it into a goddamn microtransaction deal. You know, I'm going to quote Ian Malcolm here. Before you knew what you had, you packaged it and you marketed it, and well, there you go. Going back to Little Jurassic Park. So it just, the only way this is going to stop, the only way we're going to stop them is if we all get together and we keep telling them, no, we don't want it. We don't want it. And the biggest problem we're running into is the fact that it's become commonplace to put microtransactions in a fucking game. Now, when you go through and you watch that Jimquisition episode, and I'm going to post a link in the channel real quick, because this is something I added at the last minute. Basically, the only way this is going to change is if we change it. The only way that this is ever going to change is instead of letting it become one of those things, microtransactions have gotten to the point where we just expect it. We keep getting hit with it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again, to the point where we're used to it now. We're used to it. It's just one of those things. We accept it because it happens all the fucking time. The only way it's going to stop is if we stop it. We have got to get together and stop kowtowing and letting them do it to us, and buying into the bullshit that this is, it's optional. Well, it's optional. Well, bullshit. No, it's not fucking optional. Go back and take a look at Dead Space 3. That was an amazing. I love Dead Space. You look at Dead Space 3. Yes, the bullshit, the microtransactions in Dead Space 3 were optional. But you try fucking crafting without those optional microtransactions. Tell me how successful you are. Plain and simple. You got to play through the game 4 and 5 times in order to unlock everything that's there and be able to, enjoy the game at its full extent. This is the stuff I keep talking about, being locked behind a stupid fucking paywall. There's your paywall. You've got Arkham Knight and the Catwoman DLC. All that stuff was already created and ready to fucking go. That is not downloadable content. Downloadable content, when it first came out, was supposed to be an addition to the game that wasn't created when the game was ready to fucking go. This was something that they wanted to do or they didn't have enough time for, so they set it off to the side so they could work on it some more and then added it later. And now you've got day fucking one DLC. The shit is already ready to fucking go, and the only way you're going to goddamn get it is if you use a fucking paywall. You've got to pay for it up front, which, even with that $30 DLC shit from Fallout 4, that irritates the snot out of me. But it's okay. I can sort of kind of give it a pass a little bit because it is Fallout, and it's not like they really do this stuff a lot. I mean, they have in the past, but it's not like they're constantly doing it. And most of the time, the good stuff comes from the modding community. Bethesda, we all know, is a fucking disaster when they release their games. It's usually broken. But because we've got a great community out there, people can build it and build the mods and fix it. So please, I mean, and this is something that I got into a discussion on the forums with when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out. I was talking to somebody who's a big Metal Gear Solid fan, and it's in the forums if you guys want to take a look at it. That's kind of where these rants came from. It's just, we've got to get together and make it happen. We can't rely on anybody else. And every single time this shit comes around, it has got to make the front page of the gaming news. We can't bury this shit anymore and just expect it to go away. And this is, I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, and I know I probably sound like I'm copying a lot of the stuff that Jim Sterling says. I'm not. I'm just agreeing with it because I feel the exact same way about it that he does. I'm not. Now, I'm also in the same camp with Jim as the fact that I'm not totally against pre-orders. Like, Fallout 4, if I had the cash for it, I'd pre-order it because because I'm a big Fallout fan. But there are certain games out there, like Assassin's Creed. If another Assassin's Creed game came out, I'm not going to fucking pre-order that shit because it's going to be like Battlefield and all the rest of the annuals that they do. They're just pumping the shit out. They don't give a fuck about it. It's a moneymaker. Something like Fallout, where there's years between productions, or years between releases rather. It's something I'd be willing to put a little money in. Like if Bethesda were to release a new Elder Scrolls game, not the Elder Scrolls Online shit, that burned me because that was before.
That's next week's rant.
I fell into that trap. Because I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. I have been for decades. Yeah, I mean that's really about it. I don't have much else to say. We've got to stop, and we're the only ones that can do it. And I know I've said that 4 or 5 times now, but we're the only ones. We're the ones that have the fucking power. And if we keep bending over and letting the goddamn developers, not the developers, if we keep letting the publishers dictate what goes in the games and what don't, then we're going to continue to see this bullshit. The developers are the ones that are paying for it. Because there's a term they use called crunch, or called the crunch or crunch time, which is usually when the publisher comes back and says, hey, we've got all this stuff we want to add in. Here, you got 2 weeks before we release. And that's where a lot of the major breaks come from. Is because some idiot in a suit that sits up in the top of the tower and fucking EA has decided that because of something they saw in a goddamn focus group that they're going to add this stuff into the new game, even though it fucks everything up. Because it's going to make them more money. So that's it. I'm done ranting. Go watch the Jimquisition on that. It basically says everything I said. He's just not tired when he's doing it. I'm tired. I haven't slept at all. So that's why I'm not as ranty as I normally am. But go watch enjoy the silence, feel the noise. Just a heads up, there's a running gag that's been going on at the beginning of the show. There's some stuff that's been going on with his Reddit and that kind of stuff. So forgive the Saw references and all that stuff at the beginning. That's just a gag, but listen to the rest of what he's got to say. So that's it. I'm done. We can go on and move on to whatever else we need to talk about.
You sure?
Yes.
The positive?
Yes.
I can see you still biting your lip.
There's plenty more to say.
Come on, get it all out of your system. Just let it all go. Go on, just let it all go.
I'm too tired. It's one of those things. I'm hitting a wall. I know what needs to be said, but I'm hitting a wall, and the words aren't coming out like they're supposed to. So I'm just going to let it go at that, and we'll go on to the entertainment news, and we'll get on some some happier stuff.
Okay. Well, it may not be happier, but it'll be something different. So moving out of gaming for just a little bit, fans of Disney Pixar movies out there might be both upset and overjoyed by this next bit. Toy Story 4 has been delayed.
There was a Toy Story 4?
There was a Toy Story 4. It's in production right now. But the reason why it's been delayed is because The Incredibles 2 has been given a release date.
Cool.
And I will read the editorial. And it says, in addition to announcing Phase 3 of Marvel's movie schedule today, Disney has adjusted the release date for Pixar's Toy Story 4 and confirmed when The Incredibles 2, another Pixar film, will hit theaters. Toy Story 4, which is going to be a love story about Woody and Bo Peep, among other things, will open on June 15th, 2018, according to Deadline. That represents a 1-year delay from its previously scheduled release in June 2017, taking Toy Story's 4 original slot is Cars 3, the latest movies about cars that can talk. So it turns out you get Cars 3, Toy Story 4, Incredibles 2. The other piece of big Pixar animated movie news today is that The Incredibles 2 finally has a release date, but it's not anytime soon. The movie will open in theatres on June 21st, 2019. It's been a long time coming for fans of the original, as that movie came to theatres in November 2004. Assuming The Incredibles 2 stays on schedule, it will arrive some 15 years after the first film. Pixar veteran Brad Bird, who directed the original, as well as the 1991 Simpsons episode Like Father, Like Clown, is attached to direct The Incredibles 2. Details about the plot are being kept tightly under wraps for now, however. And in other Disney movie news, Marvel's Ant-Man is getting a sequel in 2018.
Cool.
So there you go.
All right. So now, have we? Just a quick question. I'm gonna steal a little something here from Bear Bros. Question of the week. Is there anybody here who's a Walking Dead fan? Anybody in the audience like The Walking Dead? So we got a few fans. Okay. All right. So apparently, Fear of the Walking Dead. Right now, apparently, season 6 is supposed to be. They say this every year, but it's supposed to be the next best one yet. It looks like they're trying. From what it sounds like, from what I'm reading in the article, which is going to be in the link, like it always is. Links in the description. But from what I'm reading, it looks like they're trying to bring the TV show back to the graphic novel. They're trying to bring it closer. If you go back and you take a look, if you guys have ever read the graphic novel, there's a lot of stuff that splits off and diverges from the graphic novel to the TV show. Like Daryl, for example, Norman, the guy that Norman Reedus plays, he's not in the comic books at all. He's nowhere in the graphic novel. He was a character that got added in, and was actually supposed to die within like an episode or two, but everybody fell in love with him. Like all the fans all fell in love with him, so they kept him. So it looks like they may be trying to find a way to move the comic or move the TV show back into the comic. So if you guys like Walking Dead, we've got the link in the description. All that jazz. Go take a look at it, read up on it, enjoy it, and have fun with it.
Okay, and coming up, this one's more of a why the hell are they even bothering type of one. I mean, it was good in its day, but does it really need a reboot? And it seems to be a reboot season yet again. I mean, they're rebooting everything from goddamn Magnum PI to
what?
MacGyver and oh my!
I knew about MacGyver. They're going to reboot Magnum.
There's talk about it.
Who the fuck are they going to have playing? Never mind. My rant time's over.
Let's not even go there. So yes, the latest to hit the reboot is Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah. It's time for those bicycle helmets and spandex to come back.
Cobbie's like, nope, hashtag done.
So while the original Power Rangers series was campy and overdone, campy is a very generous way to put it, it still remains important to the large and growing audiences it's had since it first launched back in the early 90s. Just last year, news surfaced that the series was making a jump to the big screen, with Lionsgate planning a live-action reboot of Power Rangers. The new Power Rangers film is set to be helmed by Project Almanac director Dean Israelite, with the script being penned by Zach Stent and Ashley Miller, who was the one who wrote X-Men First Class. While no official plot details have been revealed as of yet, Israelite previously described the script by Stenz and Miller as a mature but still playful, with it updating the series in a really interesting way. Based on those comments alone, it seems Power Rangers may walk the middle ground between the original series and the recent trend of grounded reboots in order to cater to both audiences. And if you look at their official Twitter, they've started releasing some of the new cast pictures as well. They've got Naomi Scott as the Pink Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this one I think we're actually going to have to discuss between us, because this is something that's been very, very controversial, and this isn't something we're going to make light of. If you expect jokes during this, then you need to leave now, because there will be no jokes in this whatsoever. Now, we know when big film stars, they get tied into a certain role, they can get aggravated by it, or they'll flat out refuse to do films because they don't want to get typecast, or they just get fed up of doing a continuous series. And unfortunately, Daniel Craig, who's been in the latest series of James Bond films, and the next one, Spectre, has taken it a step further. Daniel Craig made his debut in Casino Royale back in 2006 and admitted he's done with the famous franchise and had some quite salty things to say about it.
Basically, what's going on is Daniel Craig hit the same wall that Sean Connery hit back in the 60s with his iteration of Bond. There comes a point with every Bond, especially ones that Daniel Craig's had a pretty long film history anyway. He's done a lot of action movies and that kind of stuff, but he didn't really get super worldwide mega famous until Casino Royale back in 2006. So because of that, I think he's been under a lot of stress, and he kind of went through the Sean Connery side of the Bond stuff, and basically, and I'm not even, this is verbatim, he said he was doing an interview with Time Out, and he basically said, you know what, if you're going to do another one,
but let's see, what he actually said was, when asked about the future James Bond, I'm not gonna censor this, I'm just gonna give it to you cold, because we all know newspapers have to censor things to be politically correct, but hey, this is the Ordocast, and we're all adults here, or should be. Basically, he turned around and said, look, I don't give a fuck. Good luck to him.
Yep. And they said, well, what are the possibilities of you doing another film? And he says, now, I'd rather break this glass and slash my wrists. He said he'd literally rather commit suicide than make another James Bond film.
Yeah. And that's why we're not joking about this. We're giving it to you cold, because this is for we all know that celebrities can go wild at times, they can fly off the handle, but to say something like that is just wow.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he's finally hit a wall, and he's had enough. He's done what? This is his fourth one now? Fourth one?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, he made the comment before when he said, would he continue the series? He said, no, not at the moment, not all, that's fine. I'm over it for the moment, we're done. All I want to do is move on.
Yeah.
And then when asked why, he comes out with that sort of comment, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, he's had basically what that's saying is he's had a falling out with the production crew, which is the same thing that happened to Sean Connery. So the difference is I don't think this is Craig's ego speaking. I think this is him just burning out and tired of dealing with the bullshit, because there's a lot of stress that goes into playing a character that's nearly 65, 70 years old.
Yeah.
So in some respects I can understand. I don't blame him in some ways, but in others, I don't know, man. That I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about him, so it's kind of hard to tell.
But to hit out with that sort of a comment, just because he's asked why you don't want to carry on, would you do another one?
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that that's a good way of him saying that he's taking the hit on himself, saying that he's done and he's quitting instead of turning around and bashing the studio. So in some
Yeah,
ways, it's more
but
of a professional way of handling it.
but
But
there's
I
other
understand.
ways to do it.
I know.
I mean, his first comment said it all right there. No, I'm not going to do any more. Not at the moment. I'm over it. We're done. All I want to do is move on.
Yeah, I think.
It could leave it as that. But when he
Well,
turns around
keep
and
in mind
says
too.
that he would rather break glass and then slash his wrists and says, "Look, I don't give a fuck. Good luck to him." I mean, come
That to
on.
me, that for the way it sounds, I think what's going on. It's one of those situations where it's an entertainment magazine that's interviewing him, and he's trying. Excuse me. He was trying to be polite about it the first time, and they pushed it again, and they're not picking up on it. So he said something he knew would get them to change the subject. I think they pissed
Maybe.
him off. They pushed him too far, and that's what he came back with. That's what it sounds like.
It's possible. But hey, for anyone that wants to see the article yourselves, here it is.
Yep.
And we will now move on because now we have platform news.
Yep.
And so, anyone that uses Steam will know that some time ago Steam announced that they would be teaming up with Alienware to release the Steam console. Basically, don't go raging, Zoza. It's now come about that GameStop will now be the only retail outlet to sell Steam machines. So if you want to get a Steam machine, the only place you'll be able to get them will be online via Steam or via GameStop. And that is also true of the Steam controllers that are coming out for, I think, $30. The only ways you'll be able to get them are via Steam or via GameStop.
Yeah.
I'm,
Hashtag fuck GameStop.
I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad move for them, really. I'm really not
Well,
sure.
here's why people would want a Steam machine, and this is something a lot of people have been talking about, Michon. Nobody's really been able to figure out what the target audience is. I think what Steam is trying to do is they're trying to bridge the gap between consoles and PCs so that people who aren't hardcore PC gamers
Yeah.
can have PC quality games on something as small as a console.
Exactly. And what they're also trying to do is also do it so it'll play, so that publishers can publish PC games and console games into one machine.
Yep. Yep. I
That's
agree.
basically what they're doing. It's basically a Dell Steam machine, basically. Let's face it. That is basically what it is. Exactly. It runs on its own operating system, SteamOS. In fact, I think you can still get it to beta test it on PC. I think the SteamOS. And from what I've seen, it looks pretty awesome. It runs quite smoothly. In fact, most of us have seen some segment of it. If you open Steam and go into big picture mode, that's pretty much how it's going to work. Its UI and whatnot. And it does look pretty good, but I'm not sure whether this is a good thing or not. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really not
So,
sure.
I don't
But
know.
we'll see. The article will be in the post.
Yep.
So you guys can judge and debate for yourselves.
Yeah. But this, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one, on this next part anyway. There's an article on Origin from EA talking about discovering Easter eggs. You guys can go read all that. We all know what Easter eggs are and how much fun they are to find and that kind of stuff. And it goes into a few games that they've, that have had them and that kind of stuff and what it means to the author. So you guys can go read that stuff.
Yeah.
This one.
This one's kind of fun.
This one's kind of fun.
This
is probably one of the anybody who's ever played Command and Conquer probably really likes this one. So Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 and its expansion are now on the house for Origin. So Origin does this thing where they give a free movie or a free video game every month, and they just kind of pick it. It seems like it's random.
Yeah.
But you can go to Origin, you can download Red Alert 2 and the expansion, and it's
Yuri's
completely
Revenge.
free, and it's yours.
Yep. Unfortunately, I kind of lucked out on that one because I think about 6 months ago, I bought the Command and Conquer Decade Pack, which came with all of them.
Yep.
Uh,
The only one, the one that
and
one that
still,
got me.
one doesn't work. One does not fucking work.
Which one?
Command and Conquer 4 Tiberian Sun, I think it is, or Tiberian Twilight, some crap like that. If one of them just refused to work, it didn't work. It doesn't work on XP. It doesn't work on Windows 7. Doesn't work on Windows 8. I haven't tried it on Windows 10 yet.
Yep.
But yeah.
The game, I wish I could remember that. Hang on a second. Let me look something up real quick before I open my mouth. Okay. The game that got me into Command and Conquer was Renegade.
Renegade was a good game. That was a good little experiment into taking Command and Conquer to first person.
It was kind of cool. It's got Command and Conquer feel to it because you got all the same stuff. You can play as either side. You play as a soldier. If I remember right, I think you play as a soldier from either side. You get the voices and all that stuff. You know the computer voice that says the incoming attack and all that stuff. It's basically it takes you from the Command and Conquer top down and literally puts you inside the map in first person.
Yeah, it's basically Tiberian Sun, but in first person.
Yes, and it is a lot of fucking fun. I was really impressed with it.
In fact, they not too long ago, because I know I played a little bit of it, a team reworked it to be completely multiplayer and whatnot. I think we've actually got a link to it on our forums.
Probably.
Somewhere, I'm sure we have. But that was a lot of fun to play. It really was.
Yep.
That was it. Renegade X, I believe it was. And for anyone interested in that, there you go. There's the URL. But yeah, anyone interested in that, just look down at the chapter archive for Renegade X. It's all in there of the whatnot and yeah, all that fun stuff.
There's
can't talk now.
There's something in here we need to back up a little bit because there's something in here that I missed that I didn't realize that I'd missed.
Oh.
Directly underneath the Fallout 4 minimum specs, Star Citizen. There's some Star Citizen news there that I didn't realize was there.
That makes two of us.
Star Citizen is going to have Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, and Gillian Anderson in its campaign.
Cool.
I did not know that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So there you go, all you Star Citizen fans. It's something I just happened to run across while I was cleaning up my tabs.
Yep, there you go. So we've got about 10 minutes left, so we're going to finish up our last bit of news. We're going to actually show you the random YouTube video of the week instead of just putting it into the post. You're actually going to see it live. It's going to be awesome. And then we're probably going to bullshit for about 5 minutes and then close up.
I'm going to always take questions from you guys, too.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take some questions. So the only other bit of platform news we've got is that Windows 10 will land on Windows Phone 8.1 smartphones from December. Now, any of you that actually has a Windows Phone really shouldn't be here because I hate you with a passion of 1,000 burning suns. Please don't tell me... No, don't tell me you just put down your phone because it's a Windows Phone.
No.
Thank God for that.
No, it's an Android.
That's good. I like you. Microsoft officially launched Windows 10 a little while ago for PCs, and with the updated platform build becoming available as a free download in 190 countries across the globe. However, October 6th saw the firm launch a new range of mobile hardware designed specifically to run on the platform, including the Lumia 950, the Lumia 950 XL smartphones, and the new Surface Pro 4. However, Microsoft has now revealed that it will be upgrading existing Lumia Windows Phone handsets to the new Windows 10 software, responding to a fan question on the official Lumia Facebook page. It's a long post. I have already linked it into the forum post that's going up. But basically, once this is done, Windows 10 will now be rolled out across the entire platform. Phones, consoles, tablets, PCs.
Cool.
So there we go. And yeah, I think we've run a little over on time as well. Actually, no, we haven't.
No.
No,
He's
we
just saying
haven't.
that the meeting's going to be in 7 minutes, and everybody's like, well, what the fuck are we going to the meeting for? Ordocast already did everything.
Pretty much. So there you go. So we are now going to give you the random YouTube video of the week, which means I need to turn us off. There we go. But don't worry, we're still here. And we are now going to give you this. So we hope you enjoy. So there you go. That was the random YouTube video for this week. And for some reason, why that's doing that, there we go. Keysho's fixed again.
Yep.
So there you go. That's the Ordocast. So we've got like about 5 minutes. So we might actually do this as a what? Like a little bit of a Q&A? What'd you say, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a Q&A, and then, Ordo people, get yourself into TeamSpeak 3 because we will have the community meeting coming right up. Who's that to?
Yeah, who are you talking to, Michon? No.
Yes, at some point.
The question was, when will we shave? The question is, we're not.
He won't shave. I probably will at some point.
Yeah, I'm not going to... I usually shave...
I'll let it go out for about a month and then take it all off. So, there you go. There's that one. Would you guys consider doing this in place of a meeting? I can assume you mean the community meeting. I don't know. Would we? I guess we could.
That's up to Zoza. Yeah, we could, but ultimately that's the Imperator's call. Yeah, there.
That's really down to Zoza. I mean, I guess we could turn the Ordocast into an Ordocast / community meeting thing.
Yeah,
I guess we could.
Just means we're going to have everybody come watch the Ordocast.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, more views for the Ordocast.
I agree.
Hey, so there you go. So,
next question: Does Ezva have a baby face when he shaves? No.
I don't know. Do I? You'll have to tell me.
You don't.
That's something you guys would have to tell me. I don't know. Plenty of pictures of my ugly mug out there somewhere.
Mashawn says, I say you should shave and be in full suit when we hit the Black Friday event.
Black Friday? No. Now, for the Black November Ordocast, I will wear a pure black suit. I will not wear my hat, and I will shave. That's a promise.
I won't.
Yeah, I can't picture.
I'll
Keisha in
probably
a
dress
suit.
up for it a little bit. You might see me in a black Ordo polo shirt with a black ball cap, but
Assuming we can get it in from the supplies by them.
yeah. Kavi says
No,
that as
no,
the Jedi
no,
for the TOR
no,
release.
no. I have dressed as a Jedi while live streaming before. It's hot as hell. It's 100% pure wool. It's heavy. No. It's uncomfortable. No. No. It's not happening.
Let me put this in the terms that you can understand, Kavi. Not no, not hell no, but hell the fuck no.
Exactly. No, it's not a Jedi bathrobe. It's an actual set of handmade Jedi robes with full cloak that's made out of 100% wool, and it's even lined.
Yep.
This is 100% movie authentic. You couldn't get more authentic unless you actually found a real Jedi somewhere out there on Coruscant and took his robes from him.
Quick question.
Shut up. Go on.
You're going to kill me for asking this? I heard a rumor that back when Star Wars 7 was asking for auditions, someone went in their full Jedi regalia to audition. That wouldn't have been you, was it?
Where the hell did you hear that?
Little birdie told me. I'm just trying to find out whether or not the rumors are true.
I think in this case, I think it's pretty much just a rumor.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much just a rumor.
Okay. I just thought I would ask.
Although I actually did go and audition.
Oh, you just didn't go in your Jedi robes?
No, I did go and audition though. That is true. I did go, that is 100% true. When they announced that they were filming here in England and they were taking auditions, it wasn't anything major. It's just to be as an extra. I actually went and auditioned for Star Wars Episode 7.
Cool.
There you go. That's a little less of a fact for you. And I never got my call back, so there you go.
And yes, Cyclone, who's a friend of Zo's, mine and Esva's, that is absolutely true. He would have done that.
Yeah.
So, it's now 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's time for the Ordocast to end. We do appreciate you guys coming, like always. Holy shit, we had a grand total of 20 people watching this night. I am very impressed.
We actually got up to 27.
Wow, that's cool.
So yeah, that's awesome.
User joined your
We appreciate it. The numbers are growing every week, so we really do appreciate you guys coming out. We really do.
And this will be on the forum sometime soon. Yes. I'm sure you can hear TeamSpeak there in the background because it's time for the community meeting. As you can hear, Odin's going off on one and Hulk's in there and whatnot. So we will be back next week.
I think I got it to work for you, Joe.
I don't have a name for the episode yet. We'll let you know during the week. And while they're talking about anal swabs in TeamSpeak 3, I have no idea. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. But hey, as we close out the Ordocast and say hello to everyone in TeamSpeak Live, maybe they'll get the hint. We're now going to close out the Ordocast. So this was episode 12, Glitch in the Holomatrix. I'm Esfa.
Yep. I'm Kisho.
And we'll catch you again next week. So thank you all for joining us.
And as always, #Get Ordo.
Make it a thing. Catch you later, guys.